Hi everyone! Before we get started, I just want to say thank you. Some of you have been following this channel for quite a while now. Some of you found me through my keto vegan recipes, some through lipedema, some because of my meal plans, and some of you probably still have no idea why YouTube recommended this channel. Wherever you got here, and I'm really glad you're here because today is a little different. If you've been watching my videos for a while, this is probably the first time you've actually seen my face. So hi, I'm Alina, and I thought it was finally time to properly introduce myself. Until now, you've mostly heard my ideas. Today, I thought you should meet the person behind them. One of the questions I get asked most often is, why are almost all of your videos made with AI? The answer is actually very simple. I'm a mom. I have a wonderful 2-year-old son. I'm still breastfeeding, and I'd rather spend my time with my family than spend hours filming and editing content. That doesn't mean I don't care about making videos. It just means I've had to find a way to make them fit into real life. That's where AI came in. Not to replace me, just to help with the parts that take the most time. Almost every meal plan you see on this channel is the exact meal my family is eating that day. Usually I create it the evening before. Sometimes while my little boy is taking his nap, sometimes while I'm standing in the kitchen looking at whatever happens to be left in the fridge. I ask AI to help me organize those ingredients into one balanced meal. Then I cook it, I take one quick photo, sometimes a few seconds of video, and that's what gets uploaded. Nothing is made just for social media. Those are our real meals, our real kitchen, real life, and honestly, I like it that way. Because life isn't a laboratory, life is messy. Some nights my son sleeps through the night, some nights he doesn't. Some weeks I get every workout done, some weeks I don't. Some days everything goes according to plan, most days it doesn't. Over the years I've realized something. The healthiest system isn't the one that looks the most impressive. It's the one you can still follow when life gets busy. The one that still works when you're tired, when your plans change, when you're cooking with whatever you already have at home. For me, that's what real health looks like. Not perfection, consistency. And that's really what this channel is about. Not chasing the perfect diet, not chasing the perfect body, but building a system that actually works in everyday life. Looking back, I didn't know it at the time, but that idea would eventually change the way I looked at everything. Nutrition, health, exercise, even education. Because none of it started with keto or vegan. It started much earlier. When I was 19 and I found myself asking a question that would completely change the direction of my life. I was diagnosed with lipedema. At the time, I didn't know very much about metabolism or inflammation or nutrition. I just knew that my body didn't seem to respond the way I expected it to. A few years later, I was also diagnosed with AuDHD and hypermobility EDS. And years after that, I began recognizing autistic traits in myself as well. I was also depressed and sick all the time, constantly on antibiotics. Looking back, it felt like every few years another piece of the puzzle appeared. Another diagnosis, another explanation, another specialist. Every appointment focused on one small part of the picture. One doctor talked about hormones, another about pain, another about nutrition, another about mental health. Everyone was trying to help, but I always felt like something was missing. For a long time, I kept asking myself one question. What is wrong with me? And every answer seemed to create another question. Eventually, I realized I was asking the wrong question. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, I started asking, what do all these things have in common? That simple change completely changed the direction of my life. Because instead of chasing one diagnosis after another, I became interested in the systems underneath them. How metabolism affects energy, how sleep affects appetite, how stress affects recovery, how muscle influences metabolic health, how everything seems to influence everything else. I wasn't trying to become an expert. I was simply trying to understand my own body. Then in 2012, another important piece of the puzzle appeared. I met Dr. Galen. After performing a cell damage test, he recommended that I try a low-carb diet. At the time, I had no idea that one recommendation would change the next decade of my life. So I started eating low-carb, not because I thought it would solve everything, because I was curious, and because by then I learned something important. The best way to learn wasn't to argue about nutrition, it was to test one change at a time and observe what actually happened. That one decision became the beginning of a journey that eventually led me to nutritional ketosis. And although it helped in ways I never expected it, it also taught me that solving one problem doesn't necessarily solve them all. After starting a low-carb diet, I noticed changes quite quickly. I had more stable energy, I felt better, and for the first time I felt like I had some control over my health again. That made me curious. So over the following years, I gradually moved from low carb into nutritional ketosis. At that point, I thought I'd finally found the answer. Ketosis changed a lot for me. My mind felt calmer. I could focus much better. My energy became much more stable throughout the day. I lost body fat and my lipedema improved noticeably. But something still didn't make sense. I was still getting sick far too often. The recurring infections I'd struggled with for years were still there. That frustrated me because I kept thinking, if I'm doing everything right, why am I still constantly ill? Looking back, that question was incredibly important because once again, instead of defending what I already believed, I became curious. Maybe there was still another piece of the puzzle. At that point, I wasn't interested in changing diets. I wanted to improve the system I had already built. So I started reading more about plant diversity, whole foods, inflammation, the gut, and how different dietary patterns might influence long-term health. Not because I wanted to stop being ketogenic, but because I wanted to understand whether ketosis and a more plant-focused way of eating could actually work together. Most people presented them as complete opposites, keto or vegan. You had to choose. But I kept asking myself, what if that's the wrong question? What if I didn't have to choose sides? What if each approach had something valuable to teach me? That single question completely changed the direction of my journey because instead of asking which diet is correct, I started asking how can I combine the strengths of both? And honestly, I didn't expect what happened next. By 2018, I was living a keto vegan lifestyle. Over time, the recurring infections disappeared. My lipedema gradually became less and less visible. Eventually, it became almost invisible. For me, that was the biggest transformation of all. Not because one diet defeated another, but because I had stopped thinking in diets altogether. I started thinking in systems. Keto hadn't failed me. Vegan nutrition hadn't replaced keto. Intermittent fasting hadn't replaced either of them. For me, they became parts of the same system. And for the first time, I felt healthier than I ever had before. I honestly thought, this is it. I had no idea that life was about to test that belief all over again since life changed again. I became pregnant. Like many women, I was advised to increase my carb intake during pregnancy. So naturally, my nutrition changed as well. For me personally, that came with a major lipedema flare. It felt as if so much of the progress I'd worked so hard for had disappeared. That was incredibly difficult because I'd already experienced what feeling healthy was like, and suddenly I felt as though I was starting all over again. After my son was born, my focus changed once more. I was now breastfeeding. In fact, I'm still breastfeeding today. Like many postpartum mothers, I noticed I was losing a lot of hair. So my first thought was simple. I probably need more protein. I started increasing my protein intake more and more. At first, it sounded perfectly logical. Breastfeeding requires nutrients. Protein helps maintain muscle, so surely more protein had to be better. But something didn't feel right. My lipedema wasn't improving the way I expected. I didn't feel quite the same. And for the first time, I realized I had no idea what was actually happening inside my body. That's when I made another decision that completely changed the way I approach nutrition. I stopped guessing and I started measuring. I began wearing a continuous keto monitor, not because I wanted higher ketone numbers. I'd already lived in keto for years. I wanted to understand why some days it felt completely different. That completely changed the way I looked at food. Instead of asking how much protein should I eat, I started asking how much protein works best for me. Little by little, I discovered something I now call my protein sweet spot. Enough protein to support my body, enough to maintain muscle, but without moving so far away from the level of ketosis that personally worked best for me. For me, that was a huge lesson because once again, there wasn't one perfect number. There was only another opportunity to learn. Then the discoveries kept coming. I noticed that returning to intermittent fasting made a difference. Eventually, I returned to 1 meal a day as well. Simple meals often work better for me than complicated ones. Some processed low-carb replacement products didn't give me the same result as whole foods. Sleep mattered. Stress mattered. Strength training mattered. Even the order I ate my meals sometimes seemed to matter. Every week I learned something new, and that's when I realized something. The ketone monitor wasn't teaching me how to follow keto. It was teaching me how my body responded. Looking back, that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned over the past 30 years. Health isn't about copying somebody else's system. It's about understanding your own. And little by little, I wasn't just getting back to where I'd been before pregnancy. I actually felt even better. Not because I'd found a miracle solution, but because every stage of my journey had taught me something new. And eventually, all those lessons came together into one simple question. How can I make this work consistently in real life? Because understanding health wasn't actually the hardest part. Looking back, I don't think my journey was ever really about finding the perfect diet. Every stage taught me something different. Low carb taught me my nutrition mattered. Ketosis taught me about metabolism. A keto vegan lifestyle taught me that I didn't have to choose between two worlds. Intermittent fasting taught me that sometimes eating less often can be just as important as what we eat. Pregnancy reminded me that our bodies are constantly changing. Measuring my ketones taught me to stop guessing, and becoming a mom taught me that none of it matters if it doesn't work in real life. Life isn't a laboratory, it's messy, and that's exactly why I believe we need systems instead of rules. Because rules often fall apart when life changes, systems adapt. That's why I use AI today. Not because AI knows my body better than I do, but because it helps me apply what I've already learned. Instead of spending an hour planning meals, I can spend that hour with my son. Instead of making hundreds of small decisions every day, I can save my energy for the decisions that really matter. For me, AI isn't replacing human thinking. It's creating more room for it. And that's really why I started this channel. Not because I think I found the perfect way to eat. I don't think there is one. I'm sharing my journey because maybe something I've learned can help you ask a better question about your own health. Not to copy me, but to understand yourself. Over the coming months, I'll continue sharing exactly what I'm doing. The meals we actually eat, the experiments I'm actually running, the mistakes, the setbacks, the things that work and the things that don't. Because I think that's how we learn, together. One observation at a time, one experiment at a time, one better question at a time. One day I hope all this grows into something much bigger. Maybe a book, maybe the Alina Kulta app, a place where people can connect nutrition, movement, sleep, muscle, ketosis, and everyday life into one personalized system. But that's still the future. Today, this is simply a YouTube channel, a place where I share my own journey, honestly, openly, and as accurately as I can, because I'm still learning too. I'm still experimenting, I'm still measuring, and I'm still changing my mind whenever the evidence or my own observations teach me something new. So if you're curious about metabolism, if you're interested in nutrition without ideology, or if you've simply been looking for a more practical way to build healthy habits, I'd love for you to join me. Thank you for being here. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this journey takes us. Keto and vegan can work. Make no more compromises. Simple, fast, delicious. Fuel from ketosis, healing from plants, structure from muscle. Welcome to Alina Kulta.